In the spring of 2020, as a reaction to the early days of the pandemic and the implications of the ongoing lockdowns, I started a series of videos which I gathered under the umbrella term Corno, not Corona. Initially, these were daily Bach chorales, which lasted me about 190 days. Then these were joined by weekly recordings of the caprices by Jacques-François Gallet. Inspired by my colleague Emily Worthington from the UK-based harmony ensemble Boxwood and Brass, I then copied an initiative that she had started and began fortnightly videos of short pieces from the huge repertoire we have for the horn, each one showcasing a different instrument from my collection. Each of these video performances has been coupled with a video in which I explain the background to the piece I have chosen and why I have combined that particular piece of music with that particular horn. Throughout, I've been ably accompanied by my very patient doppelganger on piano. 2021 rolled round and we're still facing the implications of the pandemic on our daily lives. 2021 also marks a significant anniversary for us horn players, as it is the 100th anniversary of one of the most famous horn players of all time, Dennis Brain. Born in 1921 into a family of musicians, particularly notable for horn players, Brain and his peerless performances did much to elevate the profile of our instrument. Not only was he an amazing musician, raising the bar for what people expected from the French horn, but he was also a tireless ambassador for the instrument, promoting the instrument through his performances and his encouragement of composers to write new works. Tragically and famously, Brain's remarkable life was violently curtailed when, at the end of 36, he died in a car crash. Whilst the musical world was robbed of what would have undoubtedly continued to be an incredibly fertile career, Brain inspired and continues to inspire countless horn players, and this is just one of many ways his legacy has gone from strength to strength. For those interested in recent Brain-inspired initiatives, you can clearly see how many tangents we can take from his work. If you check out, for example, Ben Goldschneider's latest album entitled Legacy, a Tribute to Dennis Brain, in which Ben combines works commissioned or inspired by Brain with his own new commissions for the instrument. Or, taking another tack, Stephen Sterling's forthcoming album, accompanied by the great polymath of horn players Tony Halstead, which will explore some lesser known gems from Brain's own library. Dennis Brain is still such a feature in horn players' consciousness that it is somewhat sobering to think that this could have been his 100th birthday year. Taking up the horn when he was about 14, so in the mid-1930s, the design of instrument he played for many years is identical to the design of some of the instruments I play today in 21st century historically informed performance ensembles. In fact, one of my instruments, one which I use a lot, used to belong to Dennis's great friend and frequent second horn player, a musician who became better known as a conductor, Norman Del Mar. Brain dexterously demonstrates his adeptness on the natural horn in a filmed performance with the pianist Dennis Matthews of the Beethoven Sonata in 1953. Whilst Brain could be seen to have done much, especially in the UK, to modernise the French horn, the breadth of his repertoire did a lot to raise the consciousness of the instrument's long and illustrious history. As my addition to the various events this year marking Brain's 100th anniversary, I've developed my ongoing Corno Not Corona project to include a number of iconic horn works, all pieces associated one way or another with Brain and his legacy. These works chart the history of the instrument from the 18th to the 20th century. They are all significant pieces of repertoire, ones that any serious student of the instrument will have learnt or be learning. In each work, I continue my approach of my more homespun videos, matching the featured composition to an appropriate instrument, and use it as an opportunity to explore stimulating sources and aspects of performance practice. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to collaborate with pianists Stephen Devine and Christopher Williams, who have allowed me to explore repertoires with far more demanding piano parts than my regular accompanist for the last year or so has been prepared to attempt. My aim with this extended series is to share with any lovers of this repertoire a whole host of sources and information about the background to these works and how we can approach them utilising aspects of historically informed performance. These are all classics of our repertoire, and I hope these videos will offer insight into these rightfully beloved works from our history.